Welcome to my channel, Old Coin Quarter Dollar, where history lives in your hands. If you're passionate about rare coins, vintage currency, and the fascinating stories behind them, you're in the right place. Don't forget to watch the full video, share it with your fellow collectors, like, and subscribe to stay updated with more valuable content every week. So let's get started. The 2005 United States 5-cent coin, commonly called the Jefferson nickel, represents an important moment in American numismatic history because it comes from the Westward Journey nickel series. This series was created by the United States Mint to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition 1803 to 1806 and the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. The coin bears all the traditional features of U.S. coinage. The inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, In God We Trust, and Liberty, alongside the denomination 5 cents. The 2005 date is struck on the obverse, and the mint mark D signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint in Colorado. Denver minted nickels are recognized for their wide distribution across western and central parts of the country, although they circulated nationally alongside Philadelphia issues. The 2005 nickel is made of the same composition as other modern Jefferson nickels, 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded together in a homogeneous alloy. It weighs 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. Its smooth, plain edge lacks reading, setting it apart from higher-value denominations such as dimes and quarters. Although this coin was intended for everyday circulation, it holds special interest among collectors because of its place in the 2-year Westward Journey commemorative program. This series broke away from the long-standing Jefferson nickel design that had been in use since 1938 and introduced temporary reverse and obverse designs to honor exploration, discovery, and American history. In 2005, 2 different designs were issued for the nickel. The obverse front side was newly designed by sculptor Joe Fitzgerald, who created a modernized right-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States and the principal architect of the Louisiana Purchase. Jefferson's portrait on this coin is distinctive because it is larger and more frontal than earlier Jefferson nickels. His hair is shown in greater detail, with a lifelike appearance rather than the stylized, flatter portraits of the past. Perhaps the most notable feature is a handwritten style inscription of the word liberty, which was modeled on Jefferson's own handwriting from an authentic historical document. This gave the coin a more personal, intimate connection to the nation's 3rd president. The obverse also bears the inscriptions In God We Trust, Liberty, 2005, and the mint mark D. The reverse, backside, came in 2 varieties for 2005, the American Bison and the Ocean in View designs. Both were inspired by the Lewis and Clark expedition. The American Bison reverse, designed by Jamie Franke and engraved by Norman E. Namath, depicts a powerful left-facing bison standing on a plain, recalling the immense herds encountered by the explorers as they traveled westward. The inscriptions include United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and the denomination 5 cents. The other design, the Ocean in View reverse, created by Joe Fitzgerald and engraved by Don Everhart, features a dramatic depiction of the Pacific coastline with trees and ocean waves, symbolizing the expedition's arrival at the Pacific Ocean in 1805. Across the sky is the inscription Ocean in View. Oh, the joy, which comes from William Clark's journal, providing a direct historical connection to the explorer's words. Both reverses carry the same inscriptions of country name, motto, and denomination. The 2005 D nickels were produced in large numbers, as they were standard circulation coins, not limited commemoratives. Millions were struck at the Denver Mint, ensuring they were widely distributed across everyday commerce. Despite their abundance, collectors often seek high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those preserved in mint sets or graded by professional services. Coins that exhibit strong strikes, bright luster, and minimal surface marks are more desirable and may command premiums beyond face value. Additionally, varieties such as die breaks, double dies, or planchette errors occasionally surface and are of particular interest to specialists. From a symbolic perspective, the 2005 nickel highlights the spirit of exploration, national growth, and Jefferson's vision for America's future. By incorporating Jefferson's authentic handwriting, the design connects modern Americans directly to the thoughts of a founding figure. Meanwhile, the The reverses remind citizens of the monumental achievement of Lewis and Clark, who, under Jefferson's directive, ventured into unknown lands and charted the course for westward expansion. The coin, though small in size, carries immense historical meaning, bridging early 19th century events with 21st century commemoration. Overall, the 2005 D. Jefferson nickel is both a functional piece of circulating currency and a miniature historical artifact. While billions of nickels pass through hands every year unnoticed, the 2005 issues stand out because they interrupted nearly 7 decades of static Jefferson nickel design to bring forward a celebration of one of America's defining exploratory achievements. Whether found in pocket change or preserved in pristine uncirculated condition, this coin tells a layered story of Jefferson's presidency, of the Louisiana Purchase, of Lewis and Clark's endurance, and of the way the United States honors its past through the everyday objects of money. The 2004 United States 5-cent coin, known as the Jefferson nickel, is part of the landmark Westward Journey nickel series, which honored the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase of 1803 and the subsequent Lewis and Clark expedition 1804 to 1806. This series, running from 2004 to 2006, temporarily changed the classic Jefferson nickel design for the first time since its debut in 1938. The year 2004 produced 2 special reverse designs, the piece metal reverse and the keelboat reverse, both directly tied to the story of exploration and Jefferson's vision for American expansion. This particular coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint as indicated by its P mint mark, carries all the traditional inscriptions of U.S. coinage: United States of America, E pluribus unum, in God we trust, liberty, and the denomination 5 cents. The obverse also bears the date 2004, marking its special place within this historic 2-year program. The physical specifications of the 2004 P nickel are consistent with other modern 5-cent pieces. It is composed of a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a blend that has remained unchanged since 1866, making it resistant to wear in daily circulation. The coin has a weight of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and a plain, unreeded edge. Though small, its design carries large historical significance, linking the coin in people's pockets to some of the most pivotal events in American history. The obverse front in 2004 retained the familiar Thomas Jefferson portrait that had been in use since 1938, created by sculptor Felix Schlag. Schlag's left-facing profile of Jefferson shows a president with dignified classical features, his hair tied at the back. Above Jefferson's head runs the motto, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty appears in cursive to the left, and the date 2004 sits just below. To the right of the date, the mint mark P indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This obverse image connected the new reverse commemoratives to Jefferson himself, the man responsible for orchestrating the Louisiana Purchase and authorizing the Lewis and Clark expedition. The reverse back of the 2004 P nickel came in 2 major designs during the year. The first, called the piece metal reverse, was designed by artist Norman E. Namath. It depicts the original Jefferson piece metal presented to Native American tribes during Lewis and Clark's journey. At the center are 2 clasped hands. One hand belongs to a Native American figure, identifiable by a cuff with beads and symbols. The other hand belongs to a U.S. military officer, shown wearing a uniform with a buttoned cuff. Above the handshake are 2 cross peace pipes and tomahawks, traditional symbols of alliance and agreement. This design powerfully evokes Jefferson's original intention of using diplomacy and peaceful engagement as the expedition encountered native nations. Around the image appear the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents. The second design of 2004 is the keelboat reverse, designed by Alfred Maletsky and engraved by Charles Vickers. It shows the keelboat used by Lewis and Clark as they traveled up the Missouri River in 1804. The vessel, long and low with sails and oars, is depicted in motion with 2 crew members visible, symbolizing teamwork, determination, and progress. This image highlights the logistical and technological side of the expedition. The keelboat was Jefferson's and Lewis's carefully chosen vessel to navigate the rivers of the Louisiana Territory. Again, inscriptions include United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents. The presence of these two designs in a single year meant that collectors and the general public had a chance to engage directly with two different aspects of the Lewis and Clark story: diplomacy with native peoples and the physical journey itself. The 2004p issues were produced in extremely high quantities, since they were not rare commemorative coins but normal circulating nickels. Millions entered everyday commerce, meaning nearly every American had the opportunity to hold and spend a coin commemorating the bicentennial of Lewis and Clark's departure. Nonetheless, uncirculated examples, proof coin from the U.S. Mint's annual proof sets, and coins with particularly strong strikes are highly valued among collectors. Additionally, errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchette flaws make certain 2004p nickel collectible rarities. Historically, the 2004p Jefferson nickel represents Jefferson's enduring influence on America's westward expansion. Through the Louisiana Purchase, Jefferson doubled the nation's size, setting the stage for U.S. settlement across the continent. The Lewis and Clark expedition provided critical knowledge of geography, flora, fauna, and trade routes. The designs chosen in 2004 symbolically capture these legacies. The peace medal reverse acknowledges diplomacy and respect in early encounters with Native Americans, while the keelboat reverse illustrates the human endurance and technological ingenuity that carried the expedition across thousands of miles of rivers and wilderness. In the wider arc of American coinage history, the 2004p nickel marks a break in tradition. For nearly 66 years, the Jefferson nickel had remained unchanged with Monticello on the reverse. By replacing Monticello, even temporarily, the mint created national awareness and sparked new interest in collecting. These coins reminded Americans that their everyday money is not just a medium of exchange, but also a storytelling device, carrying the memory of presidents, explorers, and foundational events. To summarize, the 2004p Lewis and Clark nickel is far more than an ordinary 5-cent piece. It is a circulating commemoration of diplomacy, exploration, and Jefferson's vision of growth. Its two reverse designs, the peace medal and the keelboat, provide two complementary windows into the expedition, one focusing on human relationships and diplomacy, the other on travel and discovery. While billions were struck for daily commerce, pristine examples and those tied to errors remain treasured. Every time this coin is studied, it connects the holder not only to the metal alloy of copper and nickel, but also to the monumental journey of Lewis and Clark across a young America, opening the pathway to a continental destiny.